Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Hawaii in Real Life. We're here in the secret hidden studio of Doug Young. It's somewhere in the jungle of Metro Honolulu. Yeah. We're here because they have Charles Valoroso and Doug Young have an art showing at the gallery at Ward Centers. And as you saw in the last clip, we're talking about the actual art show. But now I'm just wondering a little bit more about you guys. Like, how'd you get started? How did you know you'd be good at this? I mean, this is cool.
I think if you're an artist, you don't really know if you can be good at it.
Really?
I think it's a big decision to actually decide to be an artist. But I came from a very conservative background, a very Chinese family, and they really didn't want me to go into art.
They wanted you to be an engineer or?
Yeah. I mean, I was in
lawyer.
I was in ROTC, and I was taking things to go into oceanography, and it was a big thing to tell them that I was going to quit ROTC, go into art, and grow my hair long, and march on Washington, against the Vietnam War. But I happened to go to a college in Iowa that had a great off-campus program, and I spent about 1.5 years living in New York, and it was kind of the old-style apprentice type of learning where I'm working for a gallery, and they have these artists that need help, so you go with them and you just help produce their work. And it just so happened it was OK Harris, and in those days, in the early 70s, it was the first time the gallery started to go from Midtown to Soho.
Oh, okay.
So there were only like a handful of galleries that were down in Soho, and OK Harris was one of them. So I was able to work with Dwayne Hansen, who is he's dead now, but he's a well-known realist sculptor. And OK Harris was one of the main galleries that promoted photorealism. So I was able to work with a lot of the artists that were with this gallery. So that's how I
And the rest is history.
Well, the thing about going to art, if you really want to go on it just for yourself, just for your ego, I mean, you would go and live in New York and just pursue it.
Right.
But my heart was here. So I was able to take the essence of that and kind of blend it with the local imagery. But I really wanted to eventually have a family and raise kids. I didn't want to just do art for art's sake. I mean, if I had the chance to do it here, that'd be great. But it's been 40 years.
Yeah.
So it's survival, but it's okay.
Cool.
It's okay.
Now, how did you get started?
Well, I realized when I could draw at age, I guess 6 in first or second grade Catholic school in Kauai that people said, "You're an artist," and I said, "Yeah, I know how to draw."
Yeah.
I mean, I was just sort of appointed being an artist ever since I was a kid, so I just took the role with me for the rest of my life and never had to decide what I was going to be when I grew up. But coming from a neighbor island plantation background family, typically again, if you go to college, you got to major in something that's going to pay the bills and make a living. So I really studied art and design, and worked in the industry for a while. But like Doug, my heart was really into painting, and back then was the rock and roll and free love era back in San Francisco, where I went to school on the West Coast. So I kind of gravitated toward that whole
That whole scene.
Fountain of youth. So that's where my humble beginnings started in the West Coast. And again, the whole idea of painting from photographs was sort of like frowned upon, but because it was the height of abstract expressionism, and photorealism was sort of a backlash towards all that esoteric theoretical art stuff. And somehow I just gravitated towards it and continued doing it. Came back to Hawaii, met Doug, We had our first show at Honolulu Holly back in 1977, and our careers and lives just kind of intertwined over the last 40 years, from surfing to family to, you know, back here 40 years later. So we call it threads because it was kind of like, you know, all these dots connecting from our humble beginnings to our, you know, major success today.
To old age. Gray hair.
You can see how everything is just intertwined in those threads.
Yeah.
Kind of like everybody's lives here in Hawaii, actually.
Actually, you know, the whole thread thing is about, you know, family and friends and life itself kind of thing. And to us, that's my whole inspiration for doing art. I don't do it just to, you know, paint for my own personal satisfaction, but I kind of like use it as what I had stated in my art statement as a metaphor for, you know, life itself, that we're all connected through our work and our family and friends and food.
That would be me.
Bean thread, long life.
Cool. So now, when you guys, as far as your work goes, is it all painting, or do you do other forms of art? Or
I think this show will be watercolors, acrylic on canvas, and mixed media.
okay.
Yeah, so part of it is on my side, I like to incorporate the technology that we have today, whether it be the computer or the digital pen and pads, or printing out images and reworking them over and over again, but always using the tools that we have in today's world and be of our time.
Now, are you on Facebook?
Yes.
You're on Facebook.
Yes.
But not under my name.
It's Boom Hawaii.
Boom Hawaii.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have it under my name in parentheses so that people don't think I'm some weirdo stalker. But it reflects basically, like I said, my whole feeling about Hawaii. You know, and being the baby boomer generation, that's kind of where it started.
And are you on Twitter?
No, I have a Twitter, but I don't follow it. I'm not on Instagram. My daughter is.
Are you on Twitter?
I have Instagram.
Well, at least you have that. Okay, the next project, your witnesses. We're gonna get Charles on Instagram.
But you know, we are the old guys, you know.
Hey, you know what? I was following this 104-year-old woman on Twitter until she died.
Wow.
So.
That's pretty cool.
So there's no age barrier.
Well, you have given us incentive.
Yeah.
What's his Instagram name?
Oh yeah, what's your Instagram name? So we can follow you.
I don't even remember.
Oh my god.
I guess I have to open an account tonight.
Okay, if he opens an account tonight, it's probably going to be Boom Hawaii or something kind of close to that. Because I think I saw your Twitter account. There's like 0 tweets, 0 followers, but it's Boom Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then go look for him on Facebook, Boom Hawaii. Are you under a fake name?
I think I have Doug Young or Young Hawaii. Young Hawaii Works of Art or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We'll just go stalk it. We'll Google it. Okay.
I have a website though.
Okay, what's the website?
Young Hawaii Works of Art. No, younghawaii.com.
Okay.
Younghawaii.com.
Younghawaii.com. Do you have a website?
No, I don't, but I'm part of a larger generic Saatchi.com. He launches a lot of, unknown artists.
Oh, okay.
And one thing I want to mention too about Doug, he completed the last major project at the GCRA in Kapolei.
Oh.
He did wraparound glass murals.
Wow.
Doug Young.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, major.
It's like, oh yeah, that little
Or at the State Museum.
Yeah.
The glass floor.
The glass floor.
Ah, cool. That's very cool. Glass. I love glass. Okay, but I digress. Anyway, so you want to check them out?
Younghawaii.com.
Younghawaii.com. Charles is on Saatchi.
SachiOnline.com.
And it's not like Sachi, the Japanese Sachi. It's
Sachi of Sachi.
SAATCHI. Yeah, that's like old.
And the
school
reason I
language.
like him is because he's also a ruthless madman from the advertising world.
Ah, yes.
Charles Saatchi, and he launched a lot of big collections in his time, and one of the biggest art collectors in the world.
Very cool.
Yeah, from
Okay.
London.
So check them out. Hey.
Aloha.